Hey guys, I was so excited to finally get to try out the original Elvie pump. This is definitely one of the OGs. It's one that I've been so curious for so long. I loved getting to try it out. And I have some thoughts. I feel like the number one thing when it comes to this pump is it worth it? It runs about $550 and it's one of the most expensive pumps out there. It's also one of the first wearable pumps to come out. It's definitely a luxury pump. It's a pump that when I had my first baby, it was just this guy and the Willow that were really out there. And they were so expensive, and some of the big influencers had them and they seemed really cool. And then some of the more affordable ones came out. I've tried all those, and then I finally got my hands on this Elvie. So yes, is it worth it? Having tried so many wearable pumps, there are a few things that set this one apart. One, the parts are super high quality. These parts are really gonna last you a long time. These parts are just different than a lot of the other wearable pumps that are out there. A lot of them are very similar to each other, and this is just very much its own thing. And then there's these two things that I think really set it apart. One, if you buy it new, it comes with a 2-year warranty. Now, that's crazy. So a 2-year warranty is absolutely huge because wearable pumps, all of them, can kind of burn out. They can, things can go wrong. And a 2-year warranty is pretty valuable. And then also they have 24-hour customer service. And I personally used their customer service and I can tell you I was very happy with it. So I think those two things, the extra good warranty and extra good customer service, are also things that should be considered when you take into this price. Now, does it work well? Yes, it works super well. Do the more affordable ones also work super well? Yes, there's a lot of them that work super well as well. So I think you'll have to decide that for yourself. Is, the extra good parts, that 2-year warranty, that extra good customer service, is that worth the extra price tag for you? Real quick too, I will say this is a very gentle pump. It's a very comfortable pump. It's not the strongest one out there. It does have a very nice strength, and for most women it will be perfectly fine. But if you're someone who needs just like a crazy strong suction, then this one might not be for you. But for most women, it'll be totally good. Also, its battery life is not the longest. I'd say you can definitely get 2 or 3 pumps, but you're gonna have to charge it probably throughout the day if you're exclusively pumping, or if you need really long pumps, you're gonna be going to the charger a little more. Okay, let's talk assembly. So you're gonna take your bottle collector and twist that on. Take your duck bill, slide that on, and you can just put it right onto the motor and it'll click in. Then take your diaphragm, put that on here, make sure it's nice and smooth, and then that just goes in there. So assembly is very good, minimal parts, very high quality parts. In the flange, there's 2 little lines in there where you should line your nipple up, and I think that's very nice and helpful too. So you can just use that as you are putting your pump on. Now, to pump, placement is important. You can either kind of pancake your boob and put it on, or you can kind of roll it on your boob, but you want to make sure your nipple is absolutely in the center. Then you can turn it on with the power button. Up here, there are buttons, and you can turn it play, pause up here. You can adjust the levels up here, switch modes up here. But if you want to visibly see which mode you're on or see what level you're on, you're gonna need to use the app. So there isn't a digital display on the body. Here's the sound. So it is very quiet. And here's what they look like on. Here you go. So they definitely look like you are very chest blessed, but they are very smooth too because they don't have like a big chunky motor on top or anything. The bottles only go up to 5 ounces. So that's okay. Most women will be fine, but for your morning pump, or if you do like a 3 a.m. pump where you have a ton of milk, or you just have one of those days where you're a dairy cow, you might have to stop and empty. It does sense it and will turn off most of the time. So there are times where it may overflow and leak, but for the most part, it does sense it when it's full and it will stop and let you empty it and then put it back on. Here are my tips when it comes to the Elvie. One, with all wearables, I say make sure to pump an extra couple minutes than you would your traditional wall pump. Wearable pumps just seem to need that. If your pumps are on and you're not pumping milk for some reason, I would first look at your nipple placement. If your nipples are like hitting the sides here, then they're blocked, so you're not gonna pump. Or if you hear your motor running but you don't feel a suction, I would just take it apart and put it back together because maybe one of your parts was off. Maybe that diaphragm wasn't on correctly, maybe the duct bill wasn't on correctly. All of those can make the motor go, but not actually suction. Also, when you're putting it on your boob, you want it to be flat on your boob where your nipple is. If it's like this and it's not suctioning, this is exposed right here, then it won't suction and you won't get any milk. So make sure you also have a really nice suction. So to do that, you want to have a snug, stretchy bra. So it can be a sports bra, it can be a nursing bra, not like a push-up underwire bra. You have pretty good movement with these. I would just be careful if you're bending, just keep your chest somewhat upright and bend with the knees. You can't lean all the way back or all the way forward. You can lean a little back, a little forward, a little side, but not too much. Here are my final thoughts about the Elvie. It works really well. It's super high quality. It has a great app. It has that fabulous customer service. That's a big deal because a lot of the affordable pumps, if they have customer service, it is overseas, so you're like emailing back overnight. I've done that. You know, like that's a little frustrating. So they have 24-hour customer service. You can like get on the phone and talk to somebody or email somebody, and they're going to be very helpful. That 2-year warranty is huge. So if you are planning on using these for multiple babies, that's a big deal. So I would definitely, you know, after first baby, make sure everything's still working and reach out if something's not, definitely. I think it's a great pump. It works well. If you can handle that price tag, if you have like a fat FSA, a fat HSA, if you know you're gonna have multiple babies and use it for multiple babies, if your insurance has a great benefit, if you just want to invest in a really high quality pump because it's worth it to you, then yes, I think it is an awesome option. If you can't handle that price tag, there are other really nice wearable pumps out there too. Actually, maybe go check my other videos if you're curious about any. If you have any questions about this pump, feel free to leave them in the description box. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I would love if you subscribed if you have not already. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you on my next one.